Greetings, everybody. It is the Ash Heriter, and welcome back to Age of Wonders 4. In the previous episode, we secured our place here on this island to our northeast by settling the city of Golem Keep. It's more of a fortress than a city, and it is passed under the governorship of Julian Ashcroft. I've taken the liberty to advance a turn ahead of where we left off, and the overseers that I had sent to go and accompany his army are now in his army, and Huron-Karst is within that territory, enjoying a bit of R&R. You know, his soldiers are frolicking with these sheep in the woods. They're now going into the tavern to hang out in Golem Keep, because there is a tavern there. And, yeah, aside from that, we're looking pretty good. So, we definitely need to get ready and deal with the potential invasion from, I don't even know where. We don't actually know where this enemy is coming from. All we know is that they exist, they're powerful, and they should not be underestimated. The Spinner's Heralds approach. So we'll definitely need our troops to be prepared. So, looking here actually into our Empire development tree, there was one. Hold on, where is it here? Roads cost 3 movement points instead of 5. Units gain fast embark, and while embarked, they gain very fast movement. So that is definitely something we want. So, thank you to... I need to quickly look this up. Didn't come prepared. Let's see here. The anime zombie. You again. Yes, indeed. We do need to get that, ASAP. So, I think we're actually just going to get that literally right now. We don't want to get outmaneuvered, and this is going to allow our troops to very quickly, very easily jump in the water and reorient themselves. So we're going to send Julian Ashcroft back. Okay, that was a circuitous route back. Not sure why that was needed, but it's okay. The Viceroy's forces are recovering. I might actually move the Overseers out of his army so that we can pick up another unit of some variety. I'd like another frontline melee unit. We could get a Golem, but Golems are going to slow him down. Their movement speed is not the same as those of the rest of our troops. As you can see here, they have 32 movement. Our basic troops have 40. We also should get our road building, just so that we can actually move across certain elements of our empire. Although, I mean, once we start expanding, it seems like roads just build automatically. So, oh yeah, we gotta obtain these haste berries, right? So we need to actually spread Nosa rocks. 126, I can do that right now. Otherwise, we have to wait for 6 turns. How many turns do I have for that? 19. I mean, we have enough turns. Anyways, Spell Tempered Shields is done. Let's quickly cast that. It's a unit enchantment. Okay. Can we cast it? Yes. Do it. Cool. So this is going to affect all of our shielded units, which right now is just golems. That's it. We don't have all that many shielded units. But the ones that we do have are now going to have extra resistance against non-physical damage, and they'll be able to grant resistance to allies when entering defensive mode. So, and because there's only 2 units, it's not going to be a huge burden on our spellcasting. But we have ourselves a new tome.
Quiet enough.
And I'll tell you now, the 2 choices that we have are the Tome of the Construct, because of course that's going to give us bronze golems, which is going to be really cool. But this would, yeah, give our constructs haste. These spells, these would be buff spells, Materium and Faith buff spells. So, yeah, thank you to, I think it was, to you, Chris Lighthawk? No, Brutus Salad. So, the, this is where it's going to show what type of spells there are. This is important for the matrix that we want. I kind of... Well, I'm going to get both. But for now, we're going to get the Tome of the Beacon. And the reason I'm getting the Tome of the Beacon is because, well, we just built a recall beacon, and it's kind of part of our narrative here, thanks to the anime zombie and Julian Ashcroft, our new hero. So that makes a whole lot of sense. Also, if you've watched my Lizard campaign, you'll know that Lightbringers are associated with the Ashen Hand. Now, Lightbringers are interesting creatures. They're astral emissaries, basically. But they don't serve a single god. They actually serve multiple deities, as many astral creatures do. In this case, it is the dual deity. So basically, the two faces of one god. It can be argued, and is argued by the faith of the Corvost Imperium, that they are two separate entities. But that is not necessarily the case. There's plenty of scholarly debate throughout the realm that points these two entities as being the same thing. These two entities, of course, being the Ashen Hand and the Haloed One, where the Haloed One represents the light, warmth, and general benevolence of the concept of light and fire. The Ashen Hand represents the destructive, smoke-shrouded potential of light and fire. After all, light is the reason shadow exists, and, of course, fire causes all kinds of problems. It creates, too, but it also destroys. So the Ashen Hand is the far more, I guess, you could call it the light and the dark side of the Force. The Ashen Hand is the dark side of the Force. Read the baddies. Well, no, there's worse, so... so we're going to take this tome, because we, of course, want to summon Lightbringers, because that would be pretty cool stuff.
Fervor, righteous glory. Such things may spread like a holy flame, bringing the light of truth even to the eyes of your enemies. A true beacon of faith shines so brightly that it binds the very wounds of the faithful and instills doubt in the unfaithful, turning them on to the true path. Your path.
Yeah, so we'll be able to convert people, and the Lightbringers can actually do that. So I think we're going to take them, but let's quickly look here. So this is a spell that you can cast on a vassal city to grant the vassal city, or basically the vassal city will grant you 10 extra gold per turn. And units recruited through the Rally of the Lieges from that vassal of the faithful thing, which will reduce their upkeep by 10%, whereas the mighty meek here will also get faithful. But this will only apply to tier 1 units. And it will make them deal extra spirit damage per tier of the target they're attacking. So that's kind of cool. But we're going to take the Lightbringer, because... yeah, that's just what it's going to be. This fucking UI. Alright. So, Lavinia Karst is here. She's going to be moving into a position where she can start founding a city. So we want to found it right about down here, because it's going to have fish, some pastures for goats, which are currently being terrorized by a giant ice spider, so we'll need to deal with that. And, of course, a quarry. But I think the best course of action is to just drop right here, and then found our outpost in this territory. We'll put it right here in the middle. It's going to take 1 turn, and then we'll start to construct the city as soon as we can. Now, the rest of our forces are going to be doing some R&R, because they need a bit of time to rest. And I'll tell you what, I'll actually drop a golem into the garrison of Golem Keep, because we can definitely use a golem garrison there. Our garrison here in the Tomb Watcher outpost is looking good. I really wish you could actually name your outposts. Can you? No. What is this? What does it mean? Nothing. That will just destroy it. No, you can't name your outpost, which is a pity. And we do need to take this Reaper's Hollow so that we can expand into it. Now, oh yeah, it was... yeah, let's see, never mind. Let's end our turn. Our outpost is founded. We can immediately absorb a province and drop a teleporter onto it. However, I don't think this actually transfers. It's really stupid. This may have been patched out, but I don't even want to risk it. Well, let's try it. Because it would be really handy if this actually worked. It's just, where do we put it? I guess up here. There's nothing, there's no fancy thing here. So I'm gonna try. We're gonna put this teleporter right here. And then if we turn our... we make ourselves into a city, it's going to take 7 turns. Is that teleporter still going to be there? It used to not. Whereas all of the other improvements did. Except for watchtowers, of course. And I found that pretty dumb. So we'll see if this got patched out. This is a test. If it was not patched, fixed. I don't know if this was an intended feature or not. If it is an intended feature, why? So, it would seem our scouts have actually detected that the black-robed emissaries of the Spinner's Heralds have left Pedestal in Goldspire, meaning the relations between the two factions has become frosty again. That is good for us. Wouldn't want them allying together. So, our troops are almost ready to go, but not quite. I was going to recruit more down here, and then I got sidetracked. Because I do that. Let's recruit some mercenaries. Our Caltrop stash here has 3 more turns until completion. You're still healing up. We got a golem that needs some, well, not medical attention, but artificer attention. She's healing up her forces. We're going to want to deal with these enemies here. But I think I want to have our forces actually healed up before we do that, because some of these are going to be a little bit challenging to deal with, especially since the random creep mobs get an obscene amount of buffed after a point. Which, you know, I've complained about before. So we'll summon a Copper Golem here. Again, I'm not putting the Copper Golem into the Viceroy's army, because it's going to slow him down. So this Copper Golem is going to purely be a garrisoning force here. So this is where the enemy is going to come from, probably, I hope. You know what? I was going to ready a spell, but I accidentally clicked the other button. That's alright. Guys, if you're enjoying this series, do drop it a like. That is, of course, very much appreciated by myself. The YouTube algorithm is an inscrutable overlord. Knowing when and how it will favor you is, you know, it's a divination art in itself. It's, algorithmomancy, we call it. And I'm not very good at it, so any assistance that I could get by rigging the algorithm is greatly appreciated. So, likes, comments, all that type of stuff. It feels filthy asking for it. I feel like a goddamn influencer. But, you know, I gotta do it for the sake of the channel. So, we are now constructing the Materium Bolstering Matrix. All will be well in the realm. We should also expand to take these haste berries. The problem is it too far away? I don't think so. I think we can take it. 84 Imperium. I'm gonna do it. And haste berries here, we could construct a research outpost. I kind of feel like we need more research. I want to be able to speed that up. So I'm gonna do it, although we need mana too. But 5 mana is not a huge amount. I mean, neither is 5 of anything. Haste berries grant a lot of draft. I'm going to take the research. Alright, battle upgrades. Your alchemists murmur excitedly upon learning that you added haste berries to your stores. Your council congratulates you. Mark my words, seas of our warriors will flood the battlefields. Our enemies will be unable to escape our might. One council member examines the haste berries and cries out, "My Viceroy, this substance is so potent, your mages and alchemists can extract a secondary application." The council awaits your response expectantly. In addition to boosting recruitment, what other bonus should your alchemists draw from the haste berries? Ooh. Okay, so we get, we can boost the morale of our troops. All units controlled by you gain a minor morale bonus. Is this just forever? Augment the body and skills of Julian Ashcroft. Okay, so he would rank up twice. Assemble a transmuter. What the fuck is a transmuter? Battle mage unit. Ooh. Or we can extract some mana. One-time boost. I like the idea of getting a tier 4 unit right now. That's pretty cool. Boosting the morale. Like, I don't know how big of a morale boost it will be. I'm gonna actually take the morale. As much as I want a transmuter, we gotta make sure our men are motivated to fight against the enemy, because we're gonna be fighting a terrifying enemy. If they build anything like what I did back when I played the Spider Cult campaign, they're gonna take all kinds of horrendous morale stacking nightmare debuffs, which is not gonna be fun to deal with. No. we don't want that. Alright. What do we have? What can we do here? Nothing. I mean, yes, something. We could build an ironclad citadel. Or we can start with its defenses here. Let's actually build an archer battlements. It's going to be really cheap. It's going to be done very fast. And then we can build stone walls. So, Ashgate will be protected. We don't even know what's on that side of us. Could be more enemies. Could be the map's edge. Just the ocean. And we have ourselves haste berries. So that's pretty good. It's going to speed up our troops. Now we can actually do more with the item forge. I should take a bit more of an active look at that, because we can probably create some cool things. Like we could create a gun. Just a mage lock gun. The problem is it is a full turn to shoot that thing, just like the other mage lock weapons. What about these staves? These staves look cool, to be fair. Very cool looking staff. Who would have it though? That's the problem. I don't know who I would give it to. Alright. We'll see. Orders required. Okay. Julian Ashcroft is about ready. Huron is ready. So, what we've got to do is go and deal with this Forbidden Cove. And let's actually seize those resources, because that's going to help Golem Gate. Golem Gate? It's called Golem Keep. Sorry. I'm, like, barely awake. Oh yeah, we were going to throw a troop into his army. It's fine. We'll keep the overseers for now. We'll leave that troop there to garrison the city for now. Yeah, Julian Ashcroft is going to hold position. Lavinia is going to start terrorizing the wildlife, so we got to get these spiders off of the, murdering the sheep, because we're going to need to use those sheep for ourselves. I probably could have just auto-resolved this, but we're going to fight this one out. Because I wanna. It's spiders, after all, and a polar bear. If you look at the purple glow around the polar bear, it has clearly been possessed by some sort of astral arachnid entity. Okay, so these guys are fast. They can jump. The web is a close-range ability. I'm actually just gonna hold ground. I ain't moving. You are, though. Let's, yeah, we're just gonna hold position. Everybody take defensive posture. Let them come to us. We're all in shield wall. Okay, so they're being very cautious. That's fine. We can now shoot at them. I think they debuffed. This is new. These range penalties. I did not have these before. And if this... I feel like if these range penalties exist, they need to up the range of various ranged weapons. Like, just by a little, not by that much. Range was very good, but this is cripplingly bad. Unless we can drop marks on them. I mean, I guess we can do that. So we'll try and mark these spiders here. Is that gonna make a difference? Yeah, it does. Okay. So, yeah. Well, let's also hit a Frostfire detonation right there. We can't. We actually have to target a unit. I don't like that. Hold Alt to target. Oh, I can. Okay. Good. Alright, so that's dealt a little bit of damage there, so now our mage locks can do their thing. Hopefully we'll land some hits. Hey, we shot the bear, so that was a misclick. But hey, we hit it with 15%, so I'll take it. That was a pretty good shot too, so... well, how are our priests going to do? Priests are not going to be able to hit their targets. Here, so we'll hold position, see what the enemy does. Everybody in defense mode. Okay, spiders are jumping in. They're going to not attack them. Yes, they are. Ouch. And let me guess, you're going to do the same thing. Ouch. At least no one was frozen. Yeah, demoralization. Okay, so we gotta get some shooting in. What can we shoot? Well, we can shoot basically anything. You could straight up kill that spider, so why don't you go do that? Get rid of it. Very good. One enemy down. Now, if we can damage the polar bear enough so that the snack, the danger noodle, can finish it off, then that would be great. Here we can't fight, so we have to pull back, which is going to trigger an attack of opportunity, which is very unfortunate, but I probably should have attacked with my other units beforehand. That was my bad, again. Every time I play this, there's like a week in between, so the first battle, I'm always like, rough. But hey, it spared our other troops from getting a attack of opportunity. What I should have done was blast them first with this to blind them and mark them, but I did not. So she can kill them, 54% chance. You can do it with assassination. Very good. Alright. Battle 1. Minor losses, nothing too big, and she leveled up. And, yeah, we'll be healing a lot of our stuff back. No, she did not level up. Yes, she did level up. Okay. Well, we are going to give her strength training. It's going to increase the damage that all of our troops can deal. So we could get rid of these fairies. That is a tier 3 unit, and then 2 tier 1 units. So I think we can do it. It's gonna be a harder fight, so let's fight it. It's a new unit anyway, so we'll do this one manually as well. We do have a bit of a terrain advantage, so the fairies can fly, so we can actually funnel them into a choke point here. We've got some plague snacks coming at us. Let's put our halberds right here. We put our overseers right behind them. Our overseers are actually going to heal up our nope robe right here. Okay, so you're going to do that. Get them recovered. And she could heal herself. We'll see if that's actually necessary. Or I could blast them with lightning. I'm not going to be able to hit 2 of them, I think. Or I could try... No, Frostfire Detonation is already too far. I'm going to heal myself. Screw it. We'll get our mage locks right behind. These ones are right back here. Let me do some marking. Probably not. No. Everything out of range. Well, it's end our turn. See if they engage. Okay. Well, so the fairies can do that apparently. That was kind of gnarly. And yeah, our troops are blinded, so they can't do their counterattacks, which is gonna be kind of bad. All right. So is that is a cooldown-based ability. Can't use it for 3 more turns. So we really got to get rid of them before they can do that again, because that was horrible. Good drop. No. We need to kill these units that are here in close combat. So I can take out one of these, basically. If I... Man, blinding. You're not blinded. You can do a bit of damage. Do it. So that's going to allow her to finish this unit of Plague Serpents off. Very good. Now we can attempt to hit them here. That's a miss. That's unfortunate. You can hit him, though. Regardless, so that's good. Get in there, do some damage, and we'll get our halberds to... Or not. Or we'll just kill them that way. Cool. Let's get the halberds in. Tie this unit up. So she can move. Not very far, but, you know, it's somewhere. That would be friendly fire. We don't want that. Let's drop an ignite right here, just to do a bit of damage. Get them on fire. And, yeah, that's going to be the turn. So they're stuck. If they move out, they're going to take some damage. No, they're not. We're still blind, of course. Our halberds... Yeah. The end has come for them. That is very unfortunate. Well, at the very least we can reach them this turn. I'd like to reach them with more, but I don't think that's going to be possible. I could immobilize them. Suppressing Barrage, it's 15 mana. We are low on mana, and it's only a 30% chance of doing immobilization. So I'm not going to spend that. That was pretty good. It was a critical hit. So, very solid. I should have blasted them with this first again. Gotta use my Overseers before, and the Gunners. So, you can do that. No, 2 turns, and you're not going to be able to do it because you're going to be locked in combat, so it'll be fine. They'll have to move, or something. And in this case, they will take a attack of opportunity, which is going to do quite a lot of damage. So they're taunted to her, so that's great. They have to attack her. Fine. And, yeah, Lavinia's pissed. Yeah, they just died. She was going to assassinate them, but... Seems like they died from their burn injuries. Rip halberds. Ring of Resistance. That's okay. I think all of our characters have rings. She's got the Ring of the Inspiring Killer. No, you do not have a ring. Ring of Endurance, Ring of Resistance. Take the Ring of Endurance. It's better. We'll disenchant the Ring of Resistance, probably. Do we have any other things to disenchant? There's a Wand of Blizzards. You could give that to... Do you... Does she have a Wand of Blizzards? She does not. I'm going to give her a Wand of Blizzards. Seems like something she would do. She's a Wand Slinger. And we're going to give Huron Karst. This is a new thing that they added, where you actually have to confirm. Okay, so the Horn of Plenty we can't use now for 1 turn. That's fine. But I want to give that to Huron Karst, because he's about to go on an expedition. Alright, so head back into the territory here so that you can heal up your troops. And let's see here. Where is Huron? Should be all the way up here. Somewhere. Ooh. Here we go. Ah, you've moved this turn. Okay, spells ready to cast. Just that. Spells ready to launch. Anything we need? I guess we can ready up an Awakened Tools already. Let's just do it. Just keep it ready. So we can cast that on our newfound city once that is going. An infestation is sending invading forces. Yes, indeed. Okay, so they're invading us. So we do indeed need to get rid of them. I was kind of hoping that the enemy would be closer to them, wherever they might be, but that is obviously not the case. Well, it would appear they've come to meet us. We have some phantasms, some ghosts of the sea, along with some terrifying sea creatures. The sea itself turns against us. These are hostile waters, but, well, I'd say Huron Karst is no stranger to battling in hostile waters. That is technically true. But, well, let's just say it has not gone well previously. Alright. We don't have too many good positions. What does the stockpile do? It's just... I don't know. I would like to take a position where one of our flanks is at least going to be covered. Let's do it. Head this way. Got our Outrider ships. And then let's get our gunships back here. Our priest ship can come right back here. The problem is we just don't have a melee core, really. That's what I want in this army. So I want to drop the priests out of this army. Yeah, I know they can still act, but we gotta wait for them to come to us. And that's gonna be something that maybe explodes? I really don't know. Alright. We could engage. Could drop a Frostfire detonation. It's only gonna hit 3 of them. I'd rather have them come a little closer. What can we engage with? Hit them with lightning? No, we can't. What could we hit them with? That was just... Okay, we could charge them. Let's not do that. So, I would like our halberd unit to pull up position right here. Okay. Our outriders can actually take pot shots. We'll move 1 up. 2 up. 3 up. 4 up even to get good shots. Okay. Hopefully this isn't a bad idea. We'll see. 65% chance to hit some of these units. Let's actually blast these tidal spirits first because they're closest to us. Nice miss there. Fantastic. Just what I wanted. Let's turn them around. So we can pull up to here as well. Blast them a second time. Okay, that actually worked. We'll pull these around. These can fight in close combat. They're not my ideal choice, but it's okay. You're gonna hold there. Oh, good. Working hard drive is attaching and detaching constantly, so my apologies for the noise there. I actually meant to click there, but my hand did its usual thing and decided, nope, you're gonna click somewhere else actually. So thanks, hand. It's very nice of you. Just what I wanted. Move my halberds up just a little. This is a weird formation. I'll admit that. Let's see if we can't suppress some of them. Okay, at least the tidal spirits are immobilized. That's, I think, the one that's going to get to us. The squids might as well. Sorry, octopuses. Okay, the phantasms are close. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, I think we, this warrants a frostfire detonation. Where are you at? No, there he is. Big ship, of course. So, if I drop this right here, that's going to hit basically all of the enemies. It's not that much damage. It's really not that much damage. So, I think unless you buff it, it's actually not that good of an ability. But let's see if we can't magic blast these phantasms here. So, they're marked. That's good. That's going to allow my mage locks here to do some damage. Our dragoons can't shoot. They can close in melee. As can our halberds. We can also drop another suppressing barrage right here. See what we can't do. Any of these units can get... nothing was immobilized. Cool. Let's get our halberds in. Okay, good stuff. The dragoons can follow up right here. Very nice. And we're going to have to send the dragoons in to fight these squids. So, octopuses. I keep calling them by the wrong name. Alright. At least we are inflicting some sundered defense. So, that's our turn. This is going to be kind of a rough fight. On a tier 2 units. And they do damage. Okay. So our dragoons just took an ungodly amount of damage from that. Considering these are tier 2 units attacking up into tier 3 units. Once again, this is the creeps being buffed to an absurd level, which, one of my issues with this game. Alright, I have an idea. This is going to be fun. That's going to do quite a lot of damage. Very nice. So, lots of lightning damage there. Our mage locks can... Oh man, we don't have good angle. Should have moved them right up behind. But yeah, if you move the mage locks, then they can't do anything anymore, so... Bit of a problem. But I guess we can drop designate target right here. Gonna mark and distract them, so our mage locks can do quite a lot of damage onto these phantasms. So they're basically gone. Halberds aren't gonna be able to finish them. Our dragoons can at the very least finish off this unit. So that's good. That's one phantasm gone. And let's actually... No, that's gonna trigger way too many attacks of opportunity. Our halberds are done for. That's really the only way I can see this going. Well, let's hit them. They're flanked, so... Oh, they died. Perfect. Good stuff. Okay. These Dragoons can only really sit there, so we're going to pull them up just so that they can absorb some of the damage, hopefully. I don't know if they will, but in case they do. And we'll try and take out more of these octopuses. That's one more dead. Fortunately, not that much damage. So these guys have slippery, right? So they can actually avoid attacks of opportunity. If bleeding, it's not stopped by zone of control. Slippery. Perfect. So we could pull back up to here. Yeah, perfect. So this might cause them to split up. So they might attack our overseers, which is fine. Like, the overseers are not a combat unit, to be fair, but they can take a hit. And our Dragoons here are good as they are, so yeah, let's end our turn. Maybe we can actually save our halberds. I have doubts, but on the off chance it works. No, they're dead. Okay, oh man. Please don't kill my Dragoons. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Right, 90%. Yeah, that's going to be a good shot. Let's actually... Ooh. Let's see if we can't take these ones out completely. So that'll work there. Good. One enemy unit done for. We've got to deal with this unit, though. I'm going to designate target there. We can get a little bit of extra damage. Fantastic. It's two of them down. Can you guys just move? Yeah, they can absolutely just get out of there. That's really handy. They can do that. The problem is I now need to kill both of these units. At the very least, we can get rid of the phantasms. Ah, I got this ability. Ooh, I can also do that. Hold up here. That's a full action, though, to do that. No, I want to drop... Oh, I'm spurring to action my mage locks. Good. They're going to shoot again. Yeah, see ya. None of that business. And, target out of range. We'll see about that. See ya. Never mind, that was a grace. Wrong unit. Thought that was still onto him. Yeah, so, yeah, of course. He can't shoot and then scoot. Just unfortunate. I wish he could. I wish the pistol gave that opportunity. But then again, it is a pistol attack that I can use every turn, as opposed to the Dragoon pistols, which are on cooldown. But it's okay. The enemy is focused on targets I am okay with them being focused on. So, we should be fine. Give him a good old shot. Okay, I clicked the pistol button, but I guess you're going into melee. This game sometimes. Bam! Alright, that worked. Okay, well, we've defeated that force, so... Let's, I would like to take these resources right here. Food stash. Let's do it. It'll give me a turn of very slight healing. Ah, opponents are moving, of course. So we're stuck in an enemy turn. No longer. Okay, we'll take this. 63 food to Golem Keep. That might actually give it another province. It did. Wonderful. So, what have we here? This is a Pearl Reef. So Pearl Reef can grant us some mana. Hold on. A Pearl Mine? Grants 7. Arcane Artisans. Oh, so our gold mines grant more mana than the mana nodes? Well, fuck it. I'm building a gold mine then. There we go. Our mana situation is looking a whole lot better, because it's kind of grim. Alright, our Materium Matrix is up and running, so... Unfortunately, this didn't unlock any new buildings. So... Yeah, we're kind of stuck. I guess we're producing merchandise. Because we don't have the mana. And this needs 2 foresters, so... Nothing to build there. Golem Keep has produced its Caltrop stash, so we can further... We're going to build a library in Golem Keep, and let's actually queue up artisanal fortifications as well. I also want a storehouse. Let's actually move the storehouse up. could rush that. Rushing doesn't really seem like it's ever worth it, to be fair. Nothing to be produced in Nos Arax, so... yeah, producing merchandise, I guess. That's ready to go. You're ready to go. We could come and help with the Forsaken Cove. We're gonna need to. That's a horrible force. So yeah, we're absolutely going to need to provide some assistance, and we're going to send up those halberds because we gotta. The ruler is leveled up. Fantastic. Fantastic. Archery 1, extra range damage, maybe. Let's give him more command-based abilities, though. Champion of the Faithful. Faithful units gain 20% morale at the start of battle. Doesn't work on other heroes. We don't have any Faithful units yet. Restore is okay. Mark target's nice. We could always just give him Vigor or Endurance Training. Well, Army Leader, all non-hero units gain. Plus 10 hit points, plus 2 stats resistance. Yes, please. And Lavinia. Troops are almost fully healed. There are enemies nearby, but nothing that's, like, immediately nearby. That's the closest one. And we can't reach it this turn anyways, so I'm not going to bother. We're just going to hold here and help defend this outpost. She's going to take a little break. Rest her troops. That type of stuff. Evil lingers in these lands. Yes, I am well aware. Well, it would appear that we have an empire of addicts. They want more haste berries. Well, who am I to refuse? The buff is pretty good. Maybe we'll actually get those transmuters this time. Or maybe the rewards will be totally different. But alright, we need to go grab these haste berries now, so Nos Arax is going to need to do more expanding. I guess we'll take this whole damn island. It's going to be a bit expensive to do that, though. But we have 25 turns. Functionally, we need to get 1, 2, 3, 4 territories in order to get there, and I don't even know if that's within our colonization range, so we'll see if this is actually possible. No. It's okay. Elixir so far has returned to Hallow Hall, so seems like there's issues going on there. Oh, hello. Well, I think we're gonna fight this army at the sea, so we'll actually bring our halberds in support. They're coming out towards us. Some sea banshees. Very very scary stuff. This is apparently a scary army. We do have quite a few tier 1s, but then again, so do they. They have a tier 3. We've got more tier 3s. I don't know why the auto-resolve is so favored against us. Probably because the creeps are buffed to hell, because... yeah. I think for the next campaign, I'm just going to set the creeps to not buff, or I'll see if there's a mob that slows it down even more, because like the buff rates seem very just static, regardless of how big of a map that you're playing on. And on a big map, that gets out of hand. Already pretty quickly. Like, obviously it would get out of hand in a small map late game, and by then it's okay. But because I have like the slow research rate, slow everything, basically. Everything's just slow. It's not handy. So, what's the range on my lightning? Very short, so we're actually gonna hold position. So we're gonna put our golems up in the front. Wall of iron and death for them to deal with. And we'll put our halberds right behind them, right here. And we'll get our overseers right back here. There's no one that needs to be healed, so we're just gonna take a full defensive posture here and wait for the enemy to come to us. Not much I can do. I don't have too many range units. Ah, God! Okay, that did almost nothing. Never mind. I guess it helps when... it didn't even do much damage to our halberds. Yeah, I remember Banshees not actually being very good. I remember trying to use them at one point and being kind of disappointed. Okay, so we can get right here. Blast these with lightning. Very good. Lots of damage. And now we engage. Like, we got our golems here. They can mess up these banshees already. We could also drop... yeah, I'm going to do a suppressing barrage right here on these three. Hopefully immobilize one of them. Okay, well, tidal spirits are immobilized. Not the one that I wanted to, but it's okay. Can't win them all. Starting these guys off, let's actually do this right this time. Who do I want to mark? Let's mark the Bone Wyvern. We're not going to engage the Bone Wyvern with these Iron Golems. They're going to be engaging the Banshees so that they can get their full attacks off. Our Halberds here can engage that Bone Wyvern. They can actually do quite a lot of damage. Or I can try and pick off another Banshee. I think I'm going to pick off another Banshee. Didn't actually kill another Banshee. Darn. Here we could do... Yeah, we marked it, so we should probably do something to it. Nice critical hit. And our Copper Golems could engage there. No, they're going to try and take this thing out. If we get a critical hit, it could work. No, it didn't quite work. Oh, hi. Didn't see you. That's fine. We drive back. Awesome. So that's now no longer threatening Julian Ashcroft. Well, it's a flying unit, so technically it can. It would just have to take some attacks of opportunity. Okay. That was kind of gnarly. What just happened? Oh, that was a... My god. Okay. They can attack in close combat. Alright, that actually makes sense. I'm okay with that. They can do their ranged attacks in close combat, because they literally have to get very close in order to use their ability, so... hopefully the Golems survive. The Halberds, it's a shame. Okay, they're dead. Tier 1 units don't hold up. And I don't feel like that buff is gonna... That buff that we could get is gonna make them hold up either. It's kind of a shame. So let's drop a blind and mark on that one. And Julian Ashcroft, we could do some serious chaos-eating business here. Right here, that would deal enemies within the zone of control. Hold on, if we like put that, we can't use that there. How does this work? Because this could do a ton of damage. If I were to be able to get it on that one, I have to target a because he has to move to it. Okay, that makes sense. Maybe he won't do that. Maybe he'll just use his regular attacks. It's a lot of damage that he can do. Well, kill that wyvern. See ya. Wow. He's a beast. Mercenaries here can engage, kill the Banshee. These golems will kill the Bone Wyvern. We've had enough of it. And these golems will engage these octopuses. Alright. Save our mana. Now we're aligned in a nice, you know, Imperial era battleship line. Okay, a little bit of damage coming in. I don't want to lose any golems. I don't think we will. So I don't think you can heal them. No, that makes sense. All right. So let's see here. Plenty of things we can do. Let's move our priests up. Priests can mark and blind those, which is going to allow Julian Ashcroft to deal an ungodly amount of damage to them. After which, our halberds are going to go in and take them out. So they're dead. And our iron golems here can... Ooh, I need to kill the squids. Could do it with magic. Can our iron golem here now kill the squids? Yes, it can. Good. Fantastic. Engage the tidal spirits. Can you please take out another model? No? Okay. I may lose my one of my iron golems to a tier 1 unit. Or it's just going to die on its own. Cool. Great. Fucking... Creeps buffed to oblivion. Alright, them. Yeah, so that was a costly battle. The loss of those iron golems is a big problem. Indeed, as you said, the anime zombie, in your latest little bit in the narrative, these are outdated constructs dating back from the time of the Godir. We need something new. Something better, and they're already recruiting a new army there. My god. Alright, let's get our forces together at the very least, so that in case they attack us, we can defend ourselves. But hey, Julian Ashcroft is leveled up. He's going to be our caster character. We get Lightning Invoker. He does lightning damage here, right? Yeah. Oh, Lightning Evocation, range 6. Yeah, let's do it. He's got the Orb of Lightning anyways. Horn of Plenty. All units in the army heal 5 hit points every world map turn. You know what? You're getting the Horn of Plenty. Gonna apply to them, right? I think so. Yeah. Okay. Can I just summon a copper golem into his army? I said I wasn't gonna do this, but in the case of the guy that makes golems, I'm gonna make an exception. Yeah, we can, I think. If I could just find out where the hell we are. Yeah, alright. We could just drop it right here. Good. So, he just... probably just repaired a previously broken golem, so that's going back into his army. So that's cool. Our mana is in the absolute dumpster, but what can you do? Sometimes things don't go well. The gathering of rough-looking warriors within the dingy, smoke-filled pavilion that served as Lavinia Karst's command tent fell quiet as one of the Harrier scouts rushed in, clearly out of breath. The scout shouldered his way through the gathering of sergeants, lieutenants, quartermasters, and overseers that had come to partake in their leader's council. Though admittedly that council involved far more drinking of rum and smoking of Jahavandian hash than actual planning. "Lady Commodore!" the scout called, falling to his knees before Lavinia, who reclined sideways upon an ornate throne, a long pipe held in one hand and a pistol haphazardly clutched in the other, one leg swung over the armrest. Her long red hair obscured one of her eyes as she affixed the scout with a stare. "Avians at the edge of the camp," the scout continued, out of breath. "They've taken it upon themselves to enter. A small entourage, lightly armed. There's a human amongst them that speaks our tongue, a descendant of one of Zenith's lot. He claims they bear a message for our, king." The gathering of officers chuckled. "King?" one of them guffawed. "That ought to piss Marr off." "Or it'll be flattering the Viceroy," another officer interjected. "Shut it!" Lavinia snapped, addressing the gathering before shifting in her seat and leaning forwards towards the scout, her face twisting into a glare. "And you just let them enter the camp?" "Thought we shouldn't be shooting what might be simple messengers," the scout answered. "Thought we'd inform you first before we take any rash action." Lavinia's glare intensified for a moment, causing the scout to pale, before she suddenly rose from her stolen throne. "A wise course of action. A tankard of rum for you on account of your restraint and foresight. Yes, let's not be shooting any potential messengers and causing any problematic diplomatic incidents for my dear brother. Do let them in." Her voice trailed off, and her features shifted back into a glare as a quartet of figures entered the tent. 3 of them were tall, inordinately tall, standing well over a head taller than the tallest man in the room. The Avians were thin and eerie-looking in the dim lantern light. Their oily feathers seemed pallid in the muted colors within the pavilion tent. 2 wore ornate, banded armor and clutched glaives, while a third, adorned in a long robe, carried nothing more than an elegant wooden box. The 4th figure was, as the scout suggested, a human, clearly dressed in attire borrowed from the Avians. His clothing was fine and ornate, woven together in banded strips. The man looked old, and he bore clearly visible scars over his weathered face. Immediately, several mage-lock pistols and arquebuses were trained upon the newcomers, but the newcomers proceeded into the center of the tent regardless. "I was going to say they weren't too keen on waiting neither," the scout added, sheepishly. When the 4 figures came to the center of the pavilion, the robed Avian's gaze swept across the interior of the space of the tent before it found Lavinia's throne. It, along with the human, stepped forward. The human bowed. The Avian did not. "What in the hand's wordless name is the meaning of this?" Lavinia demanded, keeping her pistol low, but ready. "A message to the acting ruler of your colony," the human said, his voice wavering. Lavinia couldn't tell if he was afraid of her and her compatriots, or if he was afraid of his Avian masters. The man made a subtle gesture to the robed Avian, who in turn opened the elegant box. Sound emerged, a harsh din of clicks, caws, and bizarrely, something that sounded like birdsong. It was, at one moment, gentle and melodic, and at the other moment, harsh and sinister. An Oriatic message, Lavinia realized. She'd heard of such things in her travels. It was like a scroll or a note, except that it carried sound, not a written word. The problem was, she couldn't understand this particular cacophony of heathen noises at all. Thankfully, the human was there to translate, which he did, nervously.
Lord Aviarch, Elixis Opharix of the Strix Eyrie, divinely proclaimed sovereign of the Strix Isles, which you now defile with your untaloned, mud-sullied skin feet, demands that you, your unproclaimed king, and all of your unfeathered serfs vacate the Strix Isles in their entirety. As recompense for the damages inflicted upon sovereign Strix territory, you are to leave behind 3,000 gold pieces, 300 precious gems, and all of the harvested haste berries you have amassed. Failure to abide by these terms, and failure to perform a full evacuation within the period of 16 passages of the sun and moon through the holy sky, will result in the talons of his proclaimed majesty Elixis Opharix descending upon your filthy cities and eradicating every last unfeathered life form within them, from the humans to the cows to the pigs to the dogs to the cats and even the rats. Nothing shall be spared. These are the terms set forth by his proclaimed majesty. Ignore them at your own peril. With that, the human translator ceased speaking, and the Oriatic message ended. Lavinia blinked, staring between the human and the Strix emissaries. The gathering of officers similarly looked between the emissaries and her with expressions of shock and outrage. Lavinia struggled to find the words. Diplomacy had never been her strong suit, and these emissaries just had to choose her camp to deliver their ultimatum. At last, after an uncomfortable silence that Lavinia deliberately extended to prove her point, she gave a response. With a quick flick of her arm, she aimed her pistol at the robed Avian and fired. A fist-sized hole opened in the Avian's chest, sending blood spattering across its two bodyguards. She twirled the pistol as the two guards reacted, aiming their glaives at her, only to be met with the brandished mage-lock firearms of nearly every officer in the room. The Avian guards glanced to each other and wisely decided to lower their weapons. Lavinia laughed. What a ridiculous proposal. I think I've made the Hand of Marr's response clear enough, yes? She beheld the cowering human translator with a manic grin as she handed her pistol off to a servant to be reloaded. Kindly tell your pompous shit king that we do not acquiesce to the demands of pigeons. The translator hurriedly gave what was likely a less ill-worded translation to the two guards, who immediately stooped to begin dragging the corpse of their charge. Lavinia said, wagging her finger towards the guards. Leave the carcass. I have the sudden taste for chicken tonight. Having received another pistol from one of the servants lurking in the shadow of her throne, Lavinia aimed it at one of the guards. The translator did not need to make her point any clearer. The Avian guards quickly abandoned the corpse of their charge and fled out of the flaps of the pavilion tent. Lavinia sat back down and sighed, realizing that perhaps her response had been a little extreme. Nevertheless, she was sure her illustrious brother would have given them a similar, albeit perhaps less violent, response. She supposed she could have controlled her disdain and let the messengers go. But then she hated birds, and she knew her brother would, without any shadow of doubt, never even consider ceding his colony to the errant demands of some self-styled pigeon monarch. Dead messenger or not, the outcome would be the same. War. Lavinia chuckled to herself. What's another one? Then she looked to one of the masked overseers within the chamber. If you'd kindly deliver a missive through the sending flames, tell Nos Arax that we are now officially at war with the hand-forsaken bird people to our southeast. And tell them our new southern colony is going to need a governor. An experienced governor.
It would appear that we are fighting a war on two fronts. The Avian folk of the Strix Eyrie have declared war on us. Well. We might not know where our true enemy is, but we certainly know where these guys are. Lavinia Karst is going to be all too eager to deal with them. In the meantime, we need to construct a garrison. And in this case... Do I mean construct? We're gonna get an iron golem here? They're expensive. They're no more expensive than dragoons, though, so... We'll get an iron golem. And we might also just get a dragoon. Can we build anything else here? No, there's really nothing that we can do. I could build a spelljammer. Perhaps I should build a spelljammer. It's just gonna cost us something important, which I'm not a big fan of. I could build it in the water. Let's actually build it instead of the dredger's quarry. We don't need a quarry. So... can we put it there? Province does not meet the requirements. Okay, so we can't put it... This is just a regular quarry? No, yeah, but we need the quarries because they're connecting to a Reaver manufactorum. Okay. Golem Keep has produced a library. Great. Do we build more troops here? Maybe some mage locks to help man the walls? We gotta arm up. Ashgate can annex another province. That is good news. Anything we want. Do we want anything in the sea? At the moment, no. I think we're going to be taking some... I could build a forester. We could actually put another forester here, then we could eventually exchange this farm for something that requires foresters. We could do that quite soon, actually. So what's the one that needs that? That's the ritual pyre, right? Yeah, so we're going to drop a ritual pyre right here. Turn that farm into a... into something better. We'll take a grand wharf. How's our garrison here? It's not great. What do we have? 2 mage locks. We need some infantry. We could create an iron golem. No, let's just create some regular old mercenaries. They're not gonna do much, but while defending, okay. Elixir Sulfuric says withdrawn to the astral void again, so there's clearly something going on there. Destroying an infestation or conquering a free city grants a stacking 300 relation to all other free cities. Yeah, there is not very many free cities on this map, so we're gonna ignore that one. And the Strix Imperium we gotta deal with at some point. But anyways, Lavinia's army is right here. She's at full health. I see no reason why she's going to sit around. So we're gonna go and deal with... that's a terrible idea. That is... It's only tier 1 units. Never mind. Next turn. Okay. For some reason we couldn't get to them this turn either. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. I am not looking forward to this. But we gotta do it. Can we take out the smaller force first? I think they're probably both gonna fight us at the same time. Oh god. That's a tier 5 unit. That is a ghost ship. Build another copper golem. Target not valid. Can't be... Okay, that does make sense to a certain degree. I don't know if we can win this fight. The Banshees are a problem. The Tide, that's a level 3 Tide Spirit. Ghost Ship, Bone Wyverns. This is insane. But if we don't deal with them, they're just going to continuously attack our settlement and pillage our supplies. Or pillage our surrounding provinces. Which basically means we're going to permanently need a garrison there anyway, so... Maybe we withdraw. Let's do a tactical retreat here. I can't deal with that. It's too fearsome. We need more troops. We are producing troops right now. It's just going a bit slow. Well, the emissaries of the Ashen Hand now stand ready to join us. Construct bolt repeaters. Oh boy. At the start of the battle, gain 2 bolt repeaters on the attacker side until the end of the battle. This is a siege project, by the way. Bolt repeaters are immobile siegecraft units with long-range area of effect attacks that are repeating, unlike onagers. Only one type of siegecraft can be brought into combat. If multiple siege projects bring them, only the strongest of them will appear. That's pretty cool. That looks really fun. What does Immolate do? 1 hex radius, deals 10 fire damage, and an extra 10 fire damage if they are burning. That's for 30 mana, that's not much damage. Conjure Divine Beacon. Summons a Divine Beacon. Upon casting it at the start of each turn, heal friendly units in a 2 hex radius. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna take that. Alright. What's important is that we can now summon Lightbringers. Or we can... No, we have to summon them. They cost 100 mana. No spell slot available. No, indeed. Let's, get God, if we wait, they're just going to get even stronger. But I don't know what to do. So we need to summon our iron golems right here. Okay, so they're going to drop in to that army. Sorry, iron golems. Copper golems. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Ashgate has produced stone walls. We'll see about summoning the Lightbringer just yet. I want to. Believe me, I do. Special improvements grant 5 gold. That would be pretty clutch. Province improvements grant 1 stability for each adjacent province improvement of the same type. Okay, so that's nice for creating, like, districts. Raising cities. That's for, yeah, we don't do that just yet. We will, for sure. Grant +1 siege project slot. Good, but not necessary now. Road building is nice, but also not necessary now. Excavation I don't particularly care about, nor do I care about whispering stones. So... that's cool. This feels not very good. This should be a much lower tier one, I think. But anyways, let's see. Are all of our cities building, except for, of course, Nosarax, because Nosarax, can't build anything right now, because we don't have mana. God, our mana situation's terrible. We actually need to expand and take mana nodes. That should be our main course of action. These haste berries and everything are going to be nice, but if we can spend some of our Imperium, that'll speed things along by 6 turns, then we can take this... Ah, we can't take the mana node yet. God damn it. Okay. But a gold mine can actually do it already. So that'll give 17 here if we take that. Yeah, I mean, do it. Okay, more mana is always good. We have an 86 mana income now, so we could summon a Lightbringer. Let's do it. It's going to be ready in 1 turn. We're going to hold position. When we have a Lightbringer in our army, I think we're going to try and take them. Also, might be beneficial to drop an outpost here. Not specifically with the intention of founding a new city, but just as a roadblock. But maybe not here. I would place that a little bit more strategically. Because we still don't know where the enemy is. That enemy. We know where the Strix are. And we'll see what they end up doing. It might be that they attack us, might be that they don't. I assume they will, but we've got a couple of watchtowers here to observe them. And we still have our drone. Oh, the drone's going to get taken out, so we actually need to pull this drone back. I don't want it to die for no reason. Okay, let's move it up this way. Could we do a pillaging operation? Pillage requires an army. Okay, I guess this doesn't count as an army. Does make sense. Just seeing if the game acknowledged that or not. Do we engage these critters? Yeah, I want to take them out. Let's do it. It's going to be a fight. Not the toughest fight. It's a bunch of tier 1 units. Shouldn't be too bad. Should be able to handle them easily enough. We do have, no, we don't have any tier 1 units of our own. They died. Shame. Let's try and not use any mana, though. Okay, so what we want to do is definitely move our forces up into a, we don't have a good force of blockers, so we're kind of going to have to rely on our 2 melee units to do their job. We'll do this. That's going to be our formation. Wait for the enemy to come. Okay, we're in range. Again, I don't want to use mana, because we need to save our mana. If possible. We drop a Frostfire detonation. That could hit 3 of them if we put it right here. So let's do that. Very good. Solid damage. We could already shoot them. It's pretty good range. We can shoot the birds. Let's actually shoot the birds. Graze. Okay. We shoot the spitters or the dogs. Let's shoot the dogs. The dogs are really fast. Nice. 2 of them down. we'll put the priests right here. They won't do anything, though. They're just going to be slightly closer to the front. Alright, so they're closing in. I think, yeah, they are unfortunately going to reach us. Which is going to mean they're going to do pretty good damage. And cancel our retaliation, because they have a charge attack. And the spitters are going to, you know, do as spitters do. Thankfully, they're not shooting our mage locks. Nor are they attacking our mage locks, so that's good. The plague snack is going to have to do some work there. I love that she can retaliate before they can attack. That is great. Are they just... No, okay. They're coming. It's going to be fine. So, we have them right where we want them. So we can kill these dogs. Let's do exactly that. Of course. They've got that bullshit ability. We'll drop a magic blast here, which is going to allow the mage blocks here to finish these pigs off. Hopefully they're actually dead. No, they're not. Now they're going to be able to tie up. I hate this so much. Oh, God. Move over here. Assassinate them. 80% chance. We really have to use these abilities for this bullshit. Okay. Engage the worms. Alright, we're looking okay. I just really don't want to take any damage or lose any units. Okay, so that unit's just dead. Hopefully it didn't come back at any point. Alright, they're attacking here. Oh no, we lost our serpent, of course. Okay. Now they're in our mage locks. So that was a tier 1 unit. It just dealt an ungodly amount of damage. Again, the creeps. The creeps in this game. I don't like it. In case that wasn't abundantly clear. Alright, shoot them. It's marked and blinded. Hopefully... Yeah, there's not much that these can do, so if they move, they're going to take some attacks of opportunity, but that's fine. They're not going to suffer much damage from that. We'll drop a mark on the worms. And let's hope they engage Lavinia. Okay, that one's dead. Caustic Worm is going to attack there. That's fine now. Okay, that's going to tie up both of them. Is it going to tie up both of them? Because that one's the one that's threatened. This one shouldn't be threatened. It teleported anyways. But that's that for you. 50 damage. It's just, it is so stupid that they get that ability that allows them to basically avoid death for a turn. I think that ability does immobilize them or prevent them from acting during their upcoming turn, so there's at least that. Maybe I didn't need to assassinate that one, though ultimately that wouldn't have mattered in the course of the battle. Okay, the cove. Do we attack the cove? We wait till we have a Lightbringer. Hopefully they're not going to get any more troops during that time, or nothing levels up, or some ungodly stuff happens. Guess we'll see. Those ready to launch? Yeah, not our Lightbringer, that's for sure. The Iron Golems rise. Nosorox is now slightly more defended than it was before, so we're looking good. Our Observers was somewhere. It was pointing towards it, except I can't... Yeah. Okay. There's a Forsaken Cove there, and there's actually some... There's a unit here, isn't there? Or am I... Is there not a unit here? There is a unit here. Okay, jerks. Let's pull up alongside Pedestal here. I want to kind of drop my Observer right down there. We have an Observer on this watchtower. Actually, let's put this Observer here. We can maximize our area of vision. So then, in that case, I'm going to put this one right up here. We'll have the watchtower, that Observer, and this one. We'll be able to see exactly what they're doing. Oh look! Another army. Not just another unit, but 3 whole new units. Just spawned out of the void. Oh, God. Well, a Lightbringer for Huron Karst's army, then. We can't win that. That's just gonna be a hell no for me. Not with the buffs they get. So we're gonna return. I am going to leave Huron Ashcroft here to defend Golem Keep, along with some extra defenders, of course, from whatever is being built there. And Huron is going to move south to, you know, say hi to the Strix. Just say hello. That's all. Nothing, no intense violence or anything. We don't do that kind of stuff here. Just a nice, you know, declaration of intent. As for everything else that's going on here, I think we're looking okay. Our mana situation is doing better. We're getting 100 per turn. Would like to get more than that. That's starting to cost a lot to increase our population there. Otherwise, we do have to wait a long time. We should be building a granary. Let's actually build a granary before the artisan... No, we're going to build the artisanal fortifications. Artisan fortifications, I should say. So we'll get bolt repeater towers. That being said... No, we're going to do the granary first, because the cove... The infestation enemies are not likely to actually attack the settlement directly. They're just going to pillage the countryside, in which case having the repeater towers doesn't matter. I think it should. I think having some sort of defensive tower like that, or certain defensive structures, like the caltrops, for example, should inflict some sort of damage on enemies that pillage your surrounding countryside. That'd be cool. It doesn't do that.
First Sergeant Harkon Makarin, veteran of the Eastern Front, woke from his barracks within Nosarax to the sound of rapping upon his door. When he opened it, a pair of black-armored halberdiers and a masked priest awaited him within the dingy, smoke-filled hall. "Can I help you?" the first sergeant asked, cautiously. The masked priest wordlessly handed him a sealed scroll case. Harkon recognized the type. Its casing was sturdy, meant to survive the elements in even a war zone. It was inscribed with alchemical seals that, when not deactivated by the powers of a hand-blessed priest, would dissolve the contents of the case. It was a war missive, a message of tactical importance delivered to battlefield commanders, often to redirect their efforts or relocate their forces. This one's seals were already deactivated, presumably by the priest standing before him. There was only one issue. Such directives were typically sent to higher officers. A first sergeant was not ordinarily granted tactical intelligence worthy of such a missive. When Harkon looked down at the scroll, the masked priest nodded, sensing the old sergeant's confusion. "The missive was sent directly from the Viceroy's own priest attendant," the priest said. Harkon raised an eyebrow, exhaled slowly, and twisted the seal. Removing the rolled-up scroll, he unfurled it and read its contents. First Sergeant Harkon Makarin. By the recommendation of Commodore Lavinia Karst, and the agreement of my own judgment, and a majority vote of my War Council, you are to be elevated to the rank of Lord Captain. Your decisions at the Battle of Tombwatcher Cove saved many from the clutches of the insidious Spinner's Heralds, and it is because of your tactical decisiveness and flexibility that many who would have been lost were spared. Were it not for your actions, hundreds that may now fight again for Queen Marr and the Ashen Hand would be lost to us. This is a clear indication of your understanding of the greater directive. Not all battles must be won. It is the war that we must win. Time and again, ever since we first fought together in the fetid marshes on eastern Corvost, you have proven to be a steadfast and shrewd commander, putting logic, discipline, and cold calculation before needless heroism or petty glory-hounding. It is for this reason that you will be appointed as Regent Governor of the newfound colony of Medvedar to the south. Commodore Lavinia Karst has already laid the foundations of this settlement. It will be your task to secure and hold it. As I'm sure you have already heard, we now face a second enemy, an enemy that will undoubtedly seek to unseat your position at Medvedar. This enemy, the Avian nation known as the Strix Eerie, bears unknown capabilities. And it is in the face of such an enemy that a calculating commander, one who will not jump to conclusions or be easily led into traps, must be appointed. Hand's blessing upon thee, and congratulations on your promotion. May you serve the Hand of Marr in the name of its undying queen with all your determination, loyalty, and fury. The Hand protects. Signed, Viceroy Huron Karst. The old sergeant stared at the missive and blinked. Well, this is certainly a development, he said, nonplussed. A promotion, the priest said. Congratulations are in order. Harkon nodded, taking it all in, uncertain of how to react. While this was an honor far beyond what he had ever expected to receive, given the status of his birth and family, it also came with a whole new list of expectations and pressures. But he realized, quickly and decisively, that he was ready to face those challenges. The Viceroy's assessment about his character was not wrong. He would serve where he was needed, and if the Queen's representative within the colonies decreed that he was needed in a position of higher leadership, then so be it.
And so the city of Medvedar has been founded, and its governor will be appointed. Its governor, of course, will be the former First Sergeant Harkon Makarin, who has now been appointed to the Lord Captain of Medvedar. He currently is recuperating from the events against the Spinner's Heralds. His retreat is what saved the remnants of Huron's fleet. But soon enough, he will move down there with an army to reinforce Medvedar and assist the Viceroy in persecuting the war against the hideous Avian abominations to the southeast. So, thank you to the Orca of Something for giving that character a bit of life. He has now been included. So, Harkon Makarin, the now Lord Captain, so he's no longer a sergeant. He's got his promotion. As for, so there was one other comment that left a pretty cool narrative. Het Ramos, you have a character, Victoria von Klaust. She's next. She's next for the next city. I like the concept, so rest assured, continue on with your narratives about her, and we will have her jump in as soon as we can. So, our city is ready here. We need to actually send him down to the south. What forces does he currently have at his disposal? He's got Harriers. He has Iron Golems. I'm actually going to leave the Iron Golems to defend those Iraqs. And he's just going to move south with what he has. I think is going to be just fine. So he's going to immediately set sail down there and make for Medvedar. Now, as for Medvedar itself, we need to start constructing in Medvedar. So the teleporter does stick around now, so that's great. It didn't used to do that. I'm very happy that it does now. We're going to construct our workshop. I'm actually going to rush production on it because that's going to increase the speed. I'm also going to immediately expand here so that we can take a quarry. Not sure if that was actually the best thing to create here. We need the... A mine may have been better for the Empire in general, but this is going to speed things up here, so I guess it's fine. Now we can do a storehouse in 3 turns, and we can follow that up with a granary and a stonemason. Actually, probably the stonemason after the storehouse. I could even... No, I need to save my Imperium, because we need to get another city sooner rather than later. That would be great. So we're going to hold off on that. What I will do is produce a couple of Harriers down here, because they're going to go with her army. She needs Harriers, not halberds. So we're gonna work on those. It'll be 6 turns until they're done. Yeah, Baudelisk, I renamed it to Medvedar. Baudelisk was a fine name, but a little weird. Could have modified it, but I like the name Medvedar. Golem Keep. Do we produce more Iron Golems? I mean, we have the mana to upkeep them. We have the gold to upkeep them as well. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make 1 more. So, Ashcroft moved to defend the city. As for Huron, Huron will be heading south. He is actually going to pick up some forces here. Oh man. We want to actually produce a golem? No, I'm gonna cancel that. Oh, any production that has been spent, it will be permanently lost. That sucks. Because I want him to have some actual melee units, because he has no melee units. We have a halberd unit right here. I should have shifted them around a bit. What can we move? We can move the overseers. I'm going to drop those, and I'm going to take the halberd. Ah, we can't do that right now. God damn it. All right, I screwed that up. All right. Anyways, spell's ready to cast. We don't need to cast anything further. I don't want to have another Lightbringer. I want to have a stockpile of mana before we start to try and get another Lightbringer. But aside from that, everything here is looking just fine. You're going to hold position. Lavinia is doing okay. She only has 4 troops left, so she's going to take it easy, unless we can just take out this little octopus. But I'm guessing there's, like, going to be 5 water elementals right next to it. Yeah, 3. No melee units? Don't think so. Not even she's that brazen. We did lose one of our observers that got whacked by enemies. So I now no longer have sight over what's going on down here. I have this watchtower somewhere here, and I've got this observer right here. There's an enemy force down there. So if I move my observer here, I should still have movement left, which should allow it to retreat if it gets attacked, right? So that seemed to be the problem last time. Let's end turn. Pitchforks to pikes. Farmers from Medvedar's fields request to speak with you. Their leader announces that they wish to aid your war against Zarnimus Shadowbiter. This is the enigmatic leader of the Spinner's Heralds. We know our place, my viceroy. We don't understand the minds of Godier and lords. The farmers shuffle around uncomfortably, avoiding your appraising gaze. We do understand that if Zarnimus Shadowbiter sends her armies to Medvedar, they will plow through our crops and through our families. So we reckon our tools make for decent weapons in our soldiers' hands, O viceroys. Or viceroy, singular. Farmers offer to donate their pitchforks and plowshares to your soldiers. Will you accept? Could have them farm harder. Your concerns are noted. I will conscript an additional dragoon. We would lose 200 gold, but instantly gain a dragoon. I mean, that's kind of good. But an extra population would be nice, too. Instantaneously. The cost of some stability. I'm going to do that. Getting an extra population here is going to be pretty big. So, we will drop a... we could get a mana node right there. I could also grab that, but that's occupied, so I need to actually get rid of it. Farm for more food might be beneficial. Mana node would be good too, but it's not going to immediately help Medvedar. So we're going to take the farm. There's only 3 troops there. They are all tier 2s though, and I don't have any melee units to fight them. Alright, so the Grand Wharf has been completed in Ashgate, so we will begin constructing. I guess we can start building a teleporter here as well. Question is, where do I want to build that? I suppose I could drop it in this quarry. We don't need the quarry. We won't for all that long. So it's going to take 2 turns, then we'll have that teleporter. Will cost us a bit of mana, which is unfortunate. We'll have 2 special province improvements, so we might want to actually then get an extraction nexus up next. It's just going to be a little bit of extra stuff, and that'll get better as time goes on. So, the Lord Captain Harkon will proceed south, and Huron will actually gather the forces that he needs. So we have ourselves a unit of halberdiers right here to be joining him. Do we want to split anything else out? I might actually drop a unit of dragoons. No, but we need melee. And unfortunately, my only really good melee is golems. And golems, while good, are very slow. He's got golems. You know what? I'm going to give him a mage-lock unit in his army. Just that he has a bit of hard-hitting ranged potential. Something to shoot from behind the line of golems. So, with that, Huron is going to sail into the outpost here, so he'll get a bit more healing as he proceeds south. Lavinia is just going to have to sit around, which I'm sure she's not very happy about. And Julian Ashcroft, is there any other enemy to take out here on this island? He is going to have a look. He can get back quickly enough. I should actually get the road building, just so that we have the roads. So I'm going to do it. It's only 125 Imperium. I mean, 125 Imperium is something, but... Okay, so now we can build roads. So with that, he can actually move a lot faster, and we can connect the road to there. So he's going to head down here and clear out the rest of this isle in preparation for the city to eventually start expanding south. Let's not spend our mana just yet. I would like to save it for potential battles. I don't know if we're going to be able to actually get this haste berry thing going. And, yeah, we're out of gold. That's a first. So, let's end turn. First Sergeant Jacob Holstein stared out over the rail of the ship, towards the yellow and white sails of the bulky merchant vessel. The symbols it bore upon its flags were unfamiliar to him. At the very least, the vessel didn't look like one of the Spinner's Herald's ships. He didn't particularly want to think about where that enemy might have gone, since nobody had even seen a trace of them after the disaster at Tomb Watcher's Cove. So this new development was something of a relief. "Merchants?" he asked, addressing the Viceroy, who loomed at his side upon the deck. The Viceroy sighted down the spyglass. "Dwarven merchants," he answered. "I recognize the icon. It's an altered symbol of the Mirigi mountain clans." "Marigost. That's a long way from here," Holstein muttered. As far as he knew, the Marigost Isles were far to the north of Arax, and circled around the northern pole, with one tip of the island chain being nearly visible from some hand-forsaken point back on Koridu, and the other stretching nearly all the way to accursed Istragul. "Yes, though I think I know what they're doing here," the Viceroy said, dourly. "Oh yeah?" Holstein prodded. After a moment of silence, he decided to press the question. "You, gonna tell us? Or is that above our pay grade?" "Not above your pay grade, no," the Viceroy answered. "Simply based on rumor and hearsay. And I'd rather not have my subordinates spread rumors about something before they're verified." "Well, you know me, Lord. I won't say a word," Holstein said. It was true, of course. If the Viceroy didn't want the word to get out, it wouldn't be coaxed forth from his lips. Not even after a drink or two. The first Sergeant Jacob Holstein was remarkably controlled, even while inebriated. "It's a trade syndicate," the Viceroy said. "In alliance with the Mirigi clans, but large and distant enough to be considered a separate entity. I've heard merchants' tales of it. They call it the East Arax Trade Syndicate. And as far as I'm aware of the high politicking within Corvost, it was the presence of this syndicate within the Arax archipelago that prompted our blessed queen to issue her directive for the founding of our very own colony. She didn't want a potential competitor cutting into resources that might be exploited by the Empire." "So this syndicate's another foe," Holstein muttered. "First the Spinners, then some damnable Pigeon Kingdom. Now a Dwarven Trade Syndicate. Is there anyone we won't be fighting?" "I don't intend to fight the Syndicate," the Viceroy answered. "The Queen's directive was not to engage unless absolutely necessary. We simply need to secure enough resources quickly enough to make them reconsider their investment into this island chain. If we can outcompete them economically, we might not need to conquer their holdings at all." Jacob Holstein shrugged. Such talk was far above his understanding. Just tell me what needs a good chop from my unit's halberds." "That I'll do, First Sergeant," the Viceroy said with a smirk. "That I'll do." Well, with that introduction, we now have yet another potential rival, likely rival, the East Arax Trade Syndicate. We'll have to deal with them in due course. I'm not going to give them any particular type of message. We're just going to let diplomacy take its course, or rather, the lack of. Ooh, what have we here? New things to build. They cost a lot of mana. Materium Amplifier Lens. Materium damage spells deal 10 additional physical damage, and their debuff spells also inflict thunder defense. We probably want that on Chaos, because I think we have more Chaos damaging spells than others. Grants the teleportation circle spell, allowing friendly armies to be teleported back to the throne city. That would be kind of good. It's very expensive mana-wise to get, so maybe we won't get that. Wizard's Tower Crypt. Yeah, we don't have any heroes in our crypts, do we? No. We will soon, though, so it might be beneficial for us to grab that. Would only cost us 50 mana. It's just not really that worthwhile. That's the problem, and we don't have many other things we can build. We really need to be able to build more, but it's a max tier city. Like, this is... as far as it's gonna get. Right, it's a tier 4. No, there should still be a tier 5, but I don't see it anywhere. Right, it's only a tier 4 city? Yeah. Is there a tier 5 city? Is that a thing? No, Metropolis is the maximum, I think. There are tier 5 units, but I think they're only from the tones. So... yeah, if that's as far as Nosarax can go, that's kind of a shame. Because if we built everything there already, that's, I don't know. Feels like there could be more, construction options. Oh, hello. What's going on here? What is this? Ah, these are the East Arax dwarves. They appear to be, submarines. Or something. I don't know. We're gonna defend Medvedar in case they, decide to do anything sketchy. I could have just teleported. Oh my god. Could have just teleported. The old sergeant. Now Lord Captain. Oh well. It's fine. He is going to, slowly make his way across here, and one of the reasons we can do it this way is because he can then build a road. Roads... okay, so I can't... game, seriously. Alright, there we go. Now we have a road. Yes, it looks like there's a road, sort of. I don't know. Okay, he's close by. It's okay. We're all in position here. We have these, yeah, mangrove forests that could be nice. As potential foresters. And what about the troops here? We could take something from here if we needed. We could switch out one of our dragoons for a unit of harriers, but that just seems like... I don't know. Or we drop the mage locks and take a unit of harriers. I don't like that. But I kind of want to keep the Lightbringers. We're going to be leaving the Lightbringers in for the next hero, because the next hero is going to be a faith-based hero, which is going to be cool. The Victoria von Klaust, I think? Yeah. So she's going to be a faith-based hero. So yeah, I'm actually going to drop the Lightbringers off into this army, and we're going to take a unit of... game! When I click a unit, I would like just that unit. Okay, so with that, we'll be heading south to go and say hello to the bird people. I'm sick and tired of these, motherfucking bird people on my motherfucking island chain. Alright. Oh, hello. What do we have here? Some enemies that we can't reach this turn. And Lavinia is going to be hanging around for a little bit longer. Hopefully the East Arax Trade Syndicate isn't going to try anything. If they do, we will have a more capable army than them, so that'll be at least something. They're going to be an economic rival of ours rather than a military one, hopefully. We'll see. Light the beacons! Gondor calls for aid! Wait, no. Yes. I don't remember how that quote works. I haven't seen those movies in years. Anyways, the beacons are done. We could get, none of these are good. I mean, we do have a lot of tier 1 units, and this would make them suck less. Only 5 turns. Fuck it, we'll take it. Mighty Meek. Medvedar has produced a storehouse. Fantastic. Do we spend some? Yeah, I'm gonna spend some Imperium to, immediately expand it. We're gonna take this mana cluster right here. We need it. And I think we're gonna leave it as is. We need to save our gold, and it's gonna be plenty of turns before anything's ready there. Good, she has another Harrier in her army, and the Governor is here. By the way, Orc of something, I couldn't give him a mace and a pistol. For some reason... I wish you could just equip a pistol as an offhand weapon, but it's either, like, a pistol and a sword, or not. It's a two-handed weapon option, unfortunately. So he's got a mace and a shield. You wanted him to crush through armor, so we've given him the Mace of Smiting, so he'll be crushing all kinds of things. I might switch that out at some point for a pistol or some type of weapon. But you said you wanted a mace. That's what I had. Mace he has. And I hope this appearance is good. Yeah, I've given him a hat. He does have long hair, but he's got his cool hat. Otherwise. Oh yeah, by the way, the observer that we left there could not retreat. It did get killed. I don't know why that doesn't work the way that it does, or that I wish it would. Like, there is a retreat button, so clearly there is a way to retreat. So when I leave behind a bunch of movement, I figured, oh, if an enemy attacks me, I still have that movement left during their turn, so that I can move that far during a retreat, which on the observers, because they have a ton of movement, I figured that would be enough. But no, can't even click the button. So why does it exist? Why is there a retreat function if we can't use it? How do we use it? Please feel free to enlighten me in the comments. I don't know. That was a test. It did not work. That observer is now dead. Also, yeah, I clicked manual battle, and it just immediately auto-resolved, so that was also cool. So that maybe that's an observer thing. Maybe observers just, if it's just an observer, it just automatically dies if it's engaged, which I guess kind of makes sense, but I would have liked to have been able to just retreat it. Needless to say, we actually need to create some new observers because we're all out of observers. They're dead. And, well, he can now engage some of these enemies. There's these enemies right down here. That's a weaker force. This is a stronger force being led by a caustic worm and a bunch of spiders. That is, unfortunately, the force that we're going to have to contend with, because that is one that is clearly been seeded by the Spinner's Heralds. These are all creatures often employed by the Spinner's Heralds, enthralled to their mysterious dark god. At the very least, we have a strong front line, as opposed to most of my other armies, which don't have a front line, or at least not much of one. So, we'll move our golems up here. Is this explosive? It's just a stockpile. I can't tell. We'll put our copper golems right here, and I'm going to put my other unit of golems right here. The problem is these spiders can jump up to here, which I'm not a big fan of. So we got to be a little bit worried. I'm going to put my overseers there because they're kind of willing to accept them as losses if they bite it. Now, are we in range of a lightning invocation? We are not. What does this do? Rallying blessing. All units. I mean, that's pretty good. It's a lot of units. Do it. All right, bolstered resistance and bolstered defense. Now we're talking. All right. So, morale for everybody. The enemy comes. He gives his heroic speech. As the verminous beings. They spit their webs, but all of that was resisted thanks to the rallying blessing. At least I choose to believe it was because of the rallying blessing. Who knows what it was actually because of. So they've jumped, they've spit their webs. We're gonna have to take out the prime target here, which is gonna be the giant caustic worm. I think I want to use my suppressing barrage, see if we can't immobilize anything. Nice! We immobilized the big one. That's clutch. Well, begin blasting. Or do we blast the spiders? Could blast the spider. No, we gotta get rid of this thing. Solid damage. Now, he's got his lightning evocation, which is gonna be able to jump to multiple enemies. So we're gonna do that. Look at that. Solid damage all around the board. Our copper golems can engage there. And we could actually engage from the flank, which would allow us to attack them without being attacked back. So, good flanking attack there. Do we hold the line? That one's not going to be able to attack, so I'm actually going to move our big golems in here. They will absorb a counterattack. That's fine, they can take it. And I'm going to engage here, because that's going to prevent this one. It's going to have to go all the way around. That one's going to be able to pull in, but there's the stockpile in the way. This is good. We have a pretty solid setup. Alright, looking good. And this can heal up at least some of our organic units if we need to. Alright. Yeah, they're not doing too much damage. Our Rallying Blessing is pretty clutch. Those caustic worms are skewering themselves on the spear points of the copper golems. These ones are going to come in, attack from the side, as I expected they would. They actually do a fair bit of damage because they were able to get some distance on their charge. These ones are of a bit concerned because they're coming around flanking. Where the hell are you guys going? They're just like, screw this. I'm out of here. Can't really blame them. Okay, what do we blast here? We've got sight on the, we should take out the big one. We really should. This one is concerning, though, because that's gonna get up into the cookie jar if we're not careful. There's nothing if we're not careful about it. That's gonna get up into the cookie jar regardless of what we do. Alright. I kind of want to save these copper golems. I don't know if that's going to be possible. So what I'm going to do is mage lock them here. It's going to do quite a bit of damage, and then we can do a lightning strike for 24 damage through here. I'm going to nearly take them out. The big caustic worm will still be alive, but hey, that's one enemy dead. We can kill these spiders. They can come in there. They'll take a lot of retaliation. Okay. And we're going to get our iron golems to not go anywhere because they're apparently immobilized. Cool. That's not what I wanted. Alright, I'm going to have to drop another barrage here. Hopefully that's going to immobilize it. It's not. But hey, it killed that other unit, so that's going to free that up. This is concerning. But not much I can do about it right now. So I hope they go for the overseers. Seems like they are going for my mage locks. Clever girls. Okay, this is what is concerning to me. Ow. Alright, they lived. I'm surprised. Do we, yeah, we get to skewer them first. Very nice. Defenses sundered. I'm gonna do a bit of damage back to me and sunder my defenses in turn. Oops. Okay. We would both die, or we can kill it. Kill it with lightning. I'm gonna have, Julian Ashcroft is gonna fell this caustic worm. Nice. Destroyed. You're gonna pull back, gonna trigger an attack of opportunity. That's fine. Drop a, actually drop a subdue on it. Target must be affected by immobilized, frozen, or stunned. Okay, never mind. Because you can move out to here. You can now mark that unit. Hopefully it's going to allow our copper golems to finish it off. Yes. Fantastic. Alright, then our iron golems can go and engage this unit. Right here. Look at that. And our priests here can come around and patch up our mage locks. End turn. So, should be able to do this without suffering any casualties. They'll do a little bit of damage, but it's not much. That was a graze. And Julian Ashcroft is going to be the worm destroyer. Holy crap. Nicely done. And you got a bone wyvern mount. We're going to convert that into rations, probably. So now we're going to just crush this little army here. I think we're going to auto-resolve this unless we lose a unit of bronze golems. We do not. Perfect. Right. Wand of the Rising Dead. We're going to disenchant both of those. We do that in the character screen. So we'll do that through here. Let's quickly check. Wand of the Rising Dead will be disenchanted. We don't need it. Disenchant that. We're going to disenchant the Bone Wyvern as well. And let's disenchant one of these helmets. We don't need all of them. I'm going to keep the weapons. It's tier 2. That's only tier 1. I'm going to get rid of the tier 1 one. Aside from that, everything's looking good. And Julian Ashcroft is leveled up. Thought he had a golem assistant. That's a leadership ability, yeah. So he needs actually a one more support skill. So we'll get him a support skill. Let's get him Inspiring Leader, which is going to decrease the upkeep of his army. Because giving him a golem assistant would be, you know, thematic. So, I'm a little bit hesitant to send him too far away. There's another underground entrance right here. I'm going to send these halberds back. I'm going to send everyone back. I hope this... it would be handy to build a thing there, though. I know that's descriptive. Okay, we'll auto-resolve this. Don't feel like fighting more of these battles. Ring of the Vicious Killer, fantastic. And we got ourselves a new unit. What did we get? Overseer? Okay. Take it. Let's send the Overseer to Medvedar. It's going to take a little while for them to get there. Oh, what? Only 2 turns? Oh, they're going to take a portal. I mean, that makes sense. Do it. How are we looking here? You're going to stay there for now. Okay, take out these little squids and penguins and other evil sea creatures. Fiery Wake Boots. Okay, a little bit of stuff. And we have ourselves another Mage Lock. That's also going to go down to Medvedar. Alright, so they should arrive there in 2 turns as long as I don't click on them or do anything silly. And then we'll take out this... That is a gold wyvern, and it's going to die. Not without the loss of a Harrier, so we're going to actually fight this one out. And that's probably going to be where we end today's episode, after this little battle. So, let's see how this goes, because we can heal up some of our units. We have our golem protectors, which are adorable little iron golems. That's funny. Alright, we don't have, we actually don't have a healer anymore. I removed the Overseers. Oops. It's okay. Let's drop this right here. Frostfire Detonation will open that up. It's... I'll be honest, it's not that good of an ability. Which is kind of a shame. Wish it was a bit better, but it doesn't actually seem to be a very good ability. It doesn't do any damage. Yeah, you guys move up. Having an extra front line is really nice. How far can you guys move? No, I'm gonna hold off. We'll let them get a little closer, and then we'll start taking pot shots. Can you guys drop a mark? Definitely not. Move up. Oh, we got Harriers too, so we have a capable, if not particularly solid, front line. Alright, we'll hold position. Let them come. So if we could lock the wyvern, that would be great. Okay, it's here. Ouch. I guess we're not locking the wyvern. Guess it's just gonna be attacking us. Well, we can at least gun it down point blank with all of our firepower. So, to start with, only 20? No, 100%. Okay. Couple ammo. All right, pretty good, pretty good. Do it again. First rank fire, second rank fire. You know how it goes. And kablamo. Very solid. Right. Now, you're going to, kablamo. Can our halberds just kill it now? Yeah. It's dead. See ya. Let our outriders shoot here. Solid damage. And our outriders can shoot here as well with their carrying shots. Very nice. It's now been distracted. Let's see if we can't get a net on it as well so that we can save our troops. Are they... it's not immobilized. That is very unfortunate. Either way, I think our Harriers are going to die. No, they're not. Because we're going to move these up here to distract them. And we're going to move these up here. So, our outriders are going to screen. And our little iron golems are going to engage. Perfect. So our Harriers will survive. Unless they try and do some shenanigans. It doesn't look like they are. Look like they're just doing their normal business. Alright, let's let our mage locks do their thing. Kabam! Bye-bye. Okay, they have that bullshit ability. Let's kill them. And let's send the Viceroy up. Boom. And give it to our Dragoons. Beautiful. Amazing. So we have here another demoralizing mask and some more food. So, that food should all be going to Golem Keep. it is now 3 turns away from expanding. I'm going to save my Imperium, and my ruler has leveled up, so that's fantastic. We're going to take some... What is this? Champion of the Faithful. Ah, that's when we get Faithful units. Not yet. We could get Vigor. Extra hit points. We can give him Restore. He's got enough abilities, though. So I would like to give him some more support abilities. Guess I'll give him Experienced Leader. What's the range on Mark target? 5 range? It's okay. I'm gonna give him Experienced Leader. He is an Experienced Leader, after all. It's thematic. So that should open up some more leadership abilities for him. Alright, guys. And that is going to be all after we crush these squids here. Attack them. Nothing escapes. The orc got something you wrote. You wrote up a little short piece about about Harkon going on a kraken hunt. Well, here you have it. Kraken hunting indeed. Move back into our territory here. Restore some health. So, that will be where we leave today's episode off. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, do drop this video a like, and thank you to everybody that has been, cranking out the comments with tips and everything. Again, absolutely no worries about any sort of backseaty type of comments for this style of game. I don't mind at all. You tell me if I should be doing something differently because I don't understand how something works. That's all okay. And special thanks to everybody that has been contributing to the narrative. So yeah, I'll be getting your characters in if the narratives continue, of course. So yeah. That's all. I'll catch you all in the next one. Ash Heriter out.